Welcome to Money Daily, a little financial insight every day so you can see further ahead. NVIDIA has officially unveiled its autonomous driving system. This system does not rely on LiDAR. It's designed to reason more like a human, and it's built as an open platform. What that means is simple. Overnight, every traditional automaker except Tesla suddenly received a ticket into the autonomous driving era. The market reacted instantly. Some people argued that Tesla's proudly claimed FSD lead might not even last another year in front of NVIDIA, massive computing power. Some media outlets went even further, boldly predicting that Tesla's defensive moat is starting to collapse. But Elon Musk himself doesn't seem worried. In fact, he openly welcomed the competition and said he hopes they succeed. At the same time, Jensen Huang personally acknowledged that Tesla's FSD remains the most advanced end-to-end system in the world. Its data advantage, scale, simulation capability, and real-world deployment are all far ahead of the rest. So what are we really seeing here? Is this an acceleration of the entire industry, or is the competitive landscape fundamentally unchanged? Don't miss today's episode. Okay, let's go. In the first part, what we're really discussing goes far beyond algorithms and chips. This is a full-spectrum battle involving energy, infrastructure, supply chains, and brand perception. First, we have to acknowledge one thing clearly. What NVIDIA has released this time is the first true competitor to Tesla's FSD in a meaningful sense. In the past, traditional automakers approached autonomous driving by relying heavily on expensive LiDAR systems and high-definition maps. That approach was stable, but extremely costly and impossible to scale. Tesla, on the other hand, has always insisted on a pure vision strategy. Their logic is simple. If humans can drive using just their eyes, then AI should be able to do the same. The core breakthroughs of NVIDIA's new Alpamayo system focus on three things: vision, reasoning, and simulation. First, NVIDIA has completely abandoned its obsession with LiDAR and adopted a pure vision approach, aligning directly with Tesla's philosophy. This means that at the hardware architecture level, NVIDIA is now standing on the same starting line as Tesla. Second is what they call the fusion of vision and action. Simply put, the system no longer reacts mechanically, seeing a red light and stopping. Instead, it uses a general-purpose visual language action model with real reasoning capability. It can understand complex traffic logic. For example, it can judge whether a mother pushing a stroller on the sidewalk intends to cross the street, or whether a parked car with its door open might suddenly release a passenger into traffic. This evolution from perception to cognition is exactly the direction Tesla's FSD version 14.3 is pursuing. Third, and this is what truly shocked the industry, is NVIDIA's reduction of dependence on real-world driving data. We all know one of Tesla's strongest moats is the millions of cars already on the road, constantly sending back massive amounts of real driving data every day. The hardest part for traditional automakers trying to catch up has always been the lack of vehicles on the road, which means no data. NVIDIA's response is simple: no problem. We have compute power, and we have an open graphics platform. Using its massive GPU capabilities, NVIDIA trains its system through large-scale simulations in a digital twin world, where 1 second of simulation can represent an entire year of real-world driving. Analysts point out that this approach dramatically reduces the need for a huge physical vehicle fleet. NVIDIA may have already pushed its autonomous driving system to around 99% completion without deploying cars at scale. More importantly, NVIDIA chose openness and empowerment. Jensen Huang made it clear that this system will be provided to partners like Mercedes-Benz. This means legacy luxury brands such as Mercedes, BMW, and Audi, companies that have struggled deeply with software and algorithms, can now skip the massive R&D pitfalls and plug directly into a top-tier AI brain. According to NVIDIA's roadmap, vehicles equipped with this system could hit US roads in the first quarter of 2026, Europe in the second quarter, and China by the fourth quarter. At this point, you might be thinking Tesla is in serious trouble. If algorithms can be purchased and data can be simulated, what's left that makes Tesla irreplaceable? This is where a critical concept comes in: the journey of the nines. In autonomous driving, reaching 90% success is relatively easy. Getting to 99% is also achievable with strong algorithms and simulated data. But true commercialization, especially fully autonomous robotaxis with no safety driver, doesn't require 99%. It requires 99.99%. That final jump from 99% to 99.99% isn't a small improvement. It's exponentially harder, hundreds or even thousands of times more difficult. This is where edge cases come in. Snowstorms that completely cover lane markings, a pedestrian wearing a dinosaur costume, a traffic light hidden behind thick tree branches. Simulation is powerful, but it can never fully replicate the chaos and randomness of the real world. NVIDIA's current performance looks nearly flawless in video demos, but it's still in the demonstration phase. Tesla, by contrast, is already in large-scale deployment. Tesla's real advantage is that when its FSD encounters a situation it can't handle, it doesn't just record it. The neural network learns almost instantly, and that learning is pushed to millions of cars worldwide. This kind of global brain evolution happens at a speed no simulation environment can fully replace. So while NVIDIA's system is undeniably powerful, it's more like a top-tier standardized module. It can help Mercedes reach a very high level quickly. But whether it can make Mercedes safer than Musk's cars in every tiny corner of every city, that remains a huge question mark. During a CES Q&A session, Jensen Huang personally acknowledged that Tesla's FSD is the most advanced autonomous driving system available today, already using end-to-end AI. He also praised Tesla for not only accumulating massive real-world mileage, but for excelling in data collection, synthetic data generation, and simulation technology, all at a world-class level. And there's a deeper business reality we need to see clearly. NVIDIA sells chips and algorithms. It's a selling shovels company. It doesn't operate fleets, and it doesn't take responsibility for the final passenger revenue. Tesla's robotaxi vision, on the other hand, is a full systems project. It combines operations, services, energy, and manufacturing. And that leads us directly to the core topic of today's discussion: Tesla's invisible moats. If NVIDIA's challenge is a top-down strike from the cloud, then Tesla's defense is a fortress built on the ground. Here, I've summarized 4 major moats that protect Tesla. Let's go through them one by one. The first moat is extreme optimization of hardware and vehicle cost. Many investors look at robotaxis and focus only on software, completely ignoring the hardware. If you take a Mercedes E-Class and convert it into a robotaxi, your base cost alone could be $50,000 to $60,000 before adding sensors and computing platforms, which are shockingly expensive. Tesla's purpose-built robotaxi, the Cybercab, is targeting a cost below $20,000. That's nearly half the cost of a traditional ride-hailing vehicle, or even less. So how does Tesla do it? First, it eliminates redundancy. No steering wheel, no pedals, no side mirrors. Even the rear window is gone. Every design simplification is a direct cost reduction. Second, extreme longevity. This vehicle is designed for a target lifespan of 300,000 to 350,000 miles. A normal consumer car often falls apart after 100,000 miles. Tesla, through deep vertical integration of its supply chain, pushes motor and battery lifespan to the limit. That means depreciation cost per mile becomes almost negligible over the vehicle's lifetime. Third, a closed-loop battery system. Tesla has its own battery production lines, its own lithium refining operations, and it's even developing dry electrode technology. While NVIDIA's partners are still buying batteries from external suppliers, Tesla is already thinking about how to reduce costs further through battery recycling. In business, low cost doesn't guarantee victory, but high cost is guaranteed to lose in a price war. Tesla's second moat is its energy and charging infrastructure advantage, essentially free energy logic. What scares robotaxis the most? Coal-based electricity, charging queues, and high power prices. NVIDIA can give Mercedes an algorithm, but it can't give Mercedes charging stations. Tesla owns tens of thousands of superchargers worldwide, and Musk's strategy is solar, storage, and charging integrated as one system. Tesla doesn't just sell cars, it runs an energy business. Its supercharger stations can be equipped with large-scale solar panels and megapack energy storage. That means while competitors are paying commercial electricity rates to the grid, Tesla's robotaxis could be charging on their own sunlight. Saving just 5 cents per mile on electricity doesn't sound like much, but at tens of millions of miles, that becomes a profit gap large enough to crush competitors. Tesla's third moat is the heavy asset barrier of physical operations. Many people think robotaxis are just an app, a light asset business. In reality, robotaxis are extremely heavy operations. Cars break, cars get dirty, batteries run out. Who fixes them? Who cleans them? Who maintains them? Tesla already has a global network of service centers, showrooms, and factories. These physical locations naturally become robotaxi supply hubs. During the day, they're showrooms. At night, they become fleet garages, repair shops, and car washes. Look at Waymo today. Because it doesn't have its own service network, it has to rent parking lots across cities. The result? Frequent complaints from local communities about nighttime noise from fleet movements, low efficiency, and very high costs. For any new entrant, building a denser global offline service network than Tesla's would take at least 10 years and hundreds of billions of dollars. This kind of physical layer moat is something code and compute simply cannot cross. Tesla's fourth moat is its almost religious-level brand and ecosystem influence. In finance, we often talk quietly about brand value, but Tesla's brand goes beyond traditional definitions. Elon Musk has over 200 million followers on X. That means every new feature or robotaxi launch spreads at nearly zero marketing cost. This marketing network, built around Musk's personal brand and the broader Tesla community, is almost unbelievable. While Mercedes debates how many billions to spend on TV ads, Tesla fans are already uploading tens of thousands of real-world experience videos on YouTube and X. That level of brand loyalty translates directly into extremely low customer acquisition costs. In the robotaxi market, whoever gets users to remember and download the app first has already won half the battle. When we put all these moats together, we get the ultimate cost equation. With ultra-low vehicle costs, ultra-low energy costs, and a self-sustaining service network, Tesla can drive robotaxi operating costs down to extremely low levels. While Waymo, or NVIDIA's partners, may be forced to charge $1.50 or even $2 per mile just to break even, Tesla can comfortably price rides at $1 per mile, or even less. In the mobility market, price is the only hard truth. When consumers realize that riding in a sleek, futuristic cybercab is cheaper than driving themselves, and even more convenient than taking public transit, the market shift will happen instantly. At its core, NVIDIA is selling the brain. Tesla is building a complete body. And while the brain is critical, the body also needs hardware: bones, energy, blood, muscles, and tendons. All of that matters just as much. So does this mean NVIDIA and traditional automakers have no chance at all? Of course not. The future autonomous driving market will not be a winner-takes-all monopoly. It will look more like today's auto industry, with multiple ecosystems and niches. If we use an analogy, NVIDIA's strategy is closer to Android, while Tesla is closer to iOS. Some companies will succeed in specific verticals. One may focus on autonomous pickup trucks. Another may dominate last-mile delivery with small autonomous vans. NVIDIA's open-source strategy effectively provides a safety net for these niche players, ensuring they aren't completely left behind by the times. However, in the most critical, largest scale, and most profitable segment, urban passenger robotaxis, Tesla, backed by its multidimensional and highly systemic moats, is very likely to take a dominant position. This also brings SpaceX to mind. When giants like Boeing and Lockheed Martin were still relying on government contracts and disposable rockets, SpaceX used vertical integration and reusability to cut launch costs to a fraction of its competitors. The result is obvious. Today's global commercial space market is almost a SpaceX solo act. Tesla's autonomous driving strategy closely mirrors the SpaceX model. It's not just building software, it's reconstructing the foundational logic of the entire transportation industry. At the end of the show, I want to talk about the deeper meaning behind this showdown. The competition between NVIDIA and Tesla is fundamentally a clash of two business philosophies. NVIDIA represents connection and empowerment. It believes in technology as a public good, that by building a powerful general platform, hundreds or even thousands of companies can stand on the shoulders of giants. This Android-style openness lowers industry barriers, accelerates regulatory approval for autonomous driving, and helps society enter the AI era sooner. From this perspective, when Elon Musk says he hopes NVIDIA succeeds, he's not being polite. If NVIDIA turns autonomous driving into a shared industry standard, regulatory resistance for Tesla will be far lower. Tesla, on the other hand, represents vertical integration and extreme optimization. Musk believes that only by controlling the entire chain, from the mine to the screen, from chips to charging stations, can costs and user experience be pushed to their absolute limits. This is an Apple-style closed ecosystem. It's a direct challenge to the upper limits of human industrial manufacturing. In this game, NVIDIA is trying to erase the data gap, while Tesla is relentlessly widening the efficiency gap. For everyday people like us, the final winner no longer matters that much. What matters is this. When two of the world's most powerful technology companies are locked in a battle over who can free humans from the driver's seat sooner, a future of zero fatalities, low cost, and high-efficiency transportation becomes inevitable. In this new era, cars will no longer be assets, they will be services. Driving will no longer be a skill, it will be a hobby. So here's the question for you. One day, if a Tesla Cybercab and a Mercedes autonomous car stop in front of you at the same time, one ultra-cheap, packed with Silicon Valley-style AI minimalism, the other a century-old luxury brand powered by NVIDIA's compute, which one would you step into? And finally, a quote from Elon Musk. Speaking about the robotaxi, he said it would be a truly cool demonstration, the last and best expression of humans driving cars. Thank you for spending your valuable time watching this video. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. If you want to learn more about these topics, please like and subscribe. This is Money Daily. Follow me for more timely and accurate insights.